Hey guys, gonna quick do a really fast PE. You guys will have two people working on one chicken when you do it in lab, so you'll have a little more control. I'll probably have you use a towel to restrain them, so I'm gonna show you that in lab, but for right now I'm just gonna show you on our rooster real quick, okay? All right, don't have a table, so I'm just making do. I'm gonna turn him, hold him like a football. Sorry, I'm holding my, never do this, okay? Don't ever use your mouth as an appendage. Does not okay, but I'm doing it right now. Anyway, I'm going to hold him like a football so you can see his cloaca, okay? So his cloaca is their vent. Come closer, Joe. Okay, so you can see his anus. And his cloaca, now this is a male. So what are we looking for? We're looking for redness, swelling, odor, dirt, that kind of thing, okay? And you can see his little pin feathers. He's got some feathers growing in, new young feathers. Then we'll come down and look at his feet real quick while he's in this position. We're looking at his nails. Do they need to be trimmed? We're looking at his skin. He's a little more red than I like, but for him, that's normal. For another bird, I'd be worried about mites. But for him, he's always had red skin, so it's not abnormal for him. But I'm looking at the color of his skin, looking at the dryness of his skin, seeing if there's any injuries or wounds, that sort of thing. Okay, now I'm going to turn him back around. I'm just supporting his shoulder area so he doesn't flap his wings. And I'm bringing him around. Okay, what I want you guys to look for. Okay, so look at his crest, look at the color of his crest, look at his ears. His ears are right in here, they're covered up, so you guys can look in there. Check his ears, look at his eyes. Clear, any discharge, any redness, any swelling. Look at his, and I'm going to get him closer so you guys can, so I can see too. I feel his breastbone, his keel bone, K-E-E-L. And that's his pectoral muscles. And I'm feeling for fat deposits, how muscular it is, how thick it is. Okay, and then I'm gonna just kind of glance underneath his wings and feel how smooth. And I quickly want to show you, he's got gorgeous wings, but I just want to show you the anatomy of a feather so you guys can see. So when you do a wing trim, which you're not doing in lab, but we're going to talk about it because you might have to in practice. These are the secondary cover feathers. Do you see those? We have to move them away, and sometimes you have to take a little alcohol. And this is hard for me to see what I'm doing, but take a little alcohol and wet them down. But if you're looking to trim those wings, those feathers, this should all be clear. The shaft underneath that second feather should be clear. If it's not, you're going to see color. Can you see that? If it's got color or redness, that means it's a pin feather or a blood feather, okay? This looks like it's relatively clear. I like to cut the feather under that secondary feather because then it doesn't leave a sharp pokey thing that'll poke him in the chest area or rib area later, okay? There's 7 primary flight feathers. The most outer one and the second one. In most parrots, we don't cut because that gives them that tuxedo look when they stand. So you usually cut these 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, up to 7, okay? But we'll talk about that more. I have a nice video of a sedated bird for you to see that. I know, he says, what is this all about? I'm gonna turn him upside down. Just for a sec. Settle. And I'm going to open up his mouth using my fancy speculum paperclip. And I'm going to show you his choana, which is in the roof of his mouth. Get right in there, Joe, if you can. Oh, I don't have quite enough bracing. Can you see it? I can't quite see. See that? That's the roof of his mouth, the little slit on top. That is his choana. And again, same thing, should not be red, swollen, or discolored in any way. He says, I don't know if I like this. Okay, I do have a stethoscope, and I would go ahead and listen to his heart It's in the place that you think it would be, on the left side, just on the pectoral muscle. And so I would go ahead and listen to that and take a heart rate. You can take a respiratory rate. You're not going to be able to count the heart rate. It's going to be way too fast, probably over 300. But that's generally speaking doing a physical exam on a chicken. Okay, bye-bye.